Hello everybody, I'm with Turbo, our corgi. We're doing some around the house obedience. So something tells me this guy just had total free reign of his home to do what he wanted when he wanted. And that's honestly fine if there's no issues arising from that. However, he was starting fights with other dogs. He was barking excessively when his owner was up and moving around the room or when she answered the phone. And he wasn't listening consistently. So if you're struggling with anything at all with your dogs, one of the first things a trainer is going to tell you to do is to go back to the basics. Place, take away free roam. Good. And start having them earn their freedom. Good boy. Good job. Here's my baby boy. Good boy. And what does that look like? Well, it looks like crate time, place time, controlled movement around the house. So recall to you, healing around the house, no more wandering around, stalking the windows, claiming resources, claiming space, claiming furniture, no more excessive barking everywhere, consistent listening, okay? And once you have a dog who you're like, oh my gosh, he's amazing, I can't get him to mess up, he stops barking when I tell him to, he's listening to commands, he's not barking at me when I move around the house, then you can explore letting him have more freedom, but it's a constant seesaw of how much freedom can I give him and have him still behave, okay? But the only way you can find out is to go back to structure and then slowly open his world up. So what have I shown you so far? I've shown you a nice way to move him around the house, which is our follow and heel. I've also shown you a way to park him. I put him on place. Notice when I put him on place, I'm able to freely move around the room and he has to stay there. He's also not barking at me moving around the room. I can also say, hello, 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 and I'm not getting any barking, okay? Well, I'm gonna show you a recall. So if he's on place and it's time for a walk and you need to get him over to the front door, you could either walk over to the place bed and heel him over here, or you could come over to the front door and recall him. Turbo, come. Oh, good boy, there he is, Turbo. And that's a nice way to get your dog from wherever they are in the house over to you. And notice he comes and stays. He's not coming and walking away or jumping all over me. He's coming and staying in my area, okay? Another thing you can do is use a downstay. Oh, good, you're just too smart. Good. Put him in a down, put him in a stay. And that is sort of like the place command, except there's no boundary. So the down command is more portable. You can use it for really anywhere in the world. But you can also use it if you're about to go on a walk and you need to get his leash and collar set up. You can use it if you want him in the kitchen with you as you're doing dishes, and the front yard, really anything, or just as a momentary holding spot. But the point is, you've put him in a stationary command and he's actually respecting the rules. So he's stationary and I'm able to move around at free will. Okay? Well, let me show you how we get back into that heel. So your follow around the house, you're gonna tap the tone and say heel. Heel. Good. And then he locks into that follow. So again, it's just a nice way to add structure daily. Use the commands, keep the commands sharp, and then slowly reintroduce the freedoms. Okay? You are getting an A+. I'm gonna show you one more way to get them on place. I showed you how we walk up to it, point and say place. This time I'm gonna show you the recall to the place. Stay. So I'm gonna put him in a stay, and I'm gonna walk away, and then I'm gonna use my recall and point to place. Come, good boy, place, nice work. Good job. It's so crazy to think that in his second week with us, he was refusing to get on the bed. He was refusing to stay on the bed. He was pretty much doing the exact opposite of everything we were trying to tell him to do. But we remained really consistent, really patient, and look what you get. Perfect compliance. I have not used the remote at all except for the tone, and he's listening perfectly. Now again, when he's on place, that means you can go sit on the couch. You can go walk around the room. I can let my other dog out. And Turbo is expected to stay. Just because another dog is out walking around doesn't give him permission to get up and walk around. All right, this is how this stuff works. Good, so he's gonna sit here a while I go do some stuff around the house. And then when it's time to do something with him again, I'm gonna come get him. All right, he's paid his dues. He's been on place a while. He's watched everybody move around freely. He hasn't made a single sound. He's been really respectful. Riggins has walked by his place bed. He has shown no resource guarding of the bones that he has. So I'm really happy. We're gonna release him, go for some yard time. Turbo, break, good boy.